Are you forgetting? Or is your brain asking for help? Did you know that even healthy brains shrink slightly every decade after age 40? If you're noticing more senior moments lately, you might ask yourself, am I just aging gracefully? Or is something else happening inside my mind? This question is more important than ever for those of us striving to stay sharp and vibrant well into our later years. Many people shrug off forgetfulness, assuming it's just part of getting older. But when it happens more often or feels more frustrating, it can trigger quiet anxiety. What if you're missing signs that your brain needs help? That's why we created this video. Because recognizing the difference between normal brain aging and potential trouble isn't just helpful, it can be life-changing. You deserve to know what's expected as you age gracefully and what should prompt you to take action. So here's what you can expect today. We'll walk you through signs of normal aging and then explain what's not normal. You'll learn how to spot red flags and how to check your brain health in simple ways. And at the end, we'll give you brain-protecting tips you can start using tonight. Let's face it, you take care of your body, your finances, your loved ones. Why not your brain too? It's the one thing that helps you connect with everything else. As you age gracefully, your brain's processing speed naturally slows. You may need more time to remember names or focus on tasks. But if that forgetfulness begins interfering with your daily life, it could mean something deeper is going on. So here's a thought for you. Think back to the last month. Have you found yourself repeating questions more often? Or struggling to recall events others remember clearly? Or maybe you've laughed off a moment of confusion, only to feel unsettled afterward? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have tools to spot early signs, protect your mind, and age not just gracefully, but wisely. Normal brain aging, slower, not broken. When we talk about aging gracefully, we often focus on physical signs like gray hair or stiff knees. But what about your brain? It's perfectly normal for your mental speed to slow a little after 40. The good news is, slower doesn't mean broken. In fact, scientists have found that healthy brain scans keep growing and adapting well into our 70s and 80s. You may take longer to remember a name or word, but if it comes back later, that's still a working memory. This kind of delay is a sign of normal aging, not a warning. Have you ever forgotten why you walked into a room, then laughed when it came back a few minutes later? That's one of the clearest examples of healthy aging. It's annoying but harmless. Your brain's neurons don't fire as fast as they used to. Think of it like switching from lightning-fast Wi-Fi to a slower but stable connection. The signal is still getting through. If you're managing your daily responsibilities, engaging in conversations, and learning new things, even if a bit more slowly, you're likely experiencing normal age-related changes. This includes needing to reread things, sometimes struggling to multitask, or feeling a little more mentally fatigued after a long day. But here's the uplifting part. The aging brain is still highly adaptable. It builds new pathways through neuroplasticity when stimulated by challenges like reading, conversation, music, or puzzles. So don't underestimate the power of learning a new language, trying new recipes, or playing a game that makes you think. Even walking a new route can stimulate parts of the brain that haven't been used in a while. It's important to understand that normal aging doesn't look the same for everyone. Some people might struggle more with names, while others feel mentally slower during stressful weeks. Lifestyle plays a huge role in how clearly we think and how well we adapt to these changes. People who stay mentally, socially, and physically active often experience far fewer memory concerns. That means reading regularly, staying in touch with friends, and eating foods that support brain function. Small things like limiting processed sugar or staying hydrated can also help maintain mental clarity. We've linked a video in the description that dives deeper into everyday habits that keep the brain elastic and alert. Click it after this video if you're ready to give your brain a little extra love. Have you noticed certain memory slips that seem harmless but frequent? We'd love to hear your experiences in the comments. You might be surprised how many others feel the same way. When we normalize these changes, we learn to work with them, not fear them. Red flags that mean it's time to act. While some memory slips are normal, others could be early signs of something more serious. And the sooner you recognize them, the more empowered you'll be to take care of your brain. So how do you tell the difference? Let's say you forgot where you parked your car, common and normal. But if you get lost driving somewhere familiar or can't remember how to get home, that's a red flag. Forgetfulness that disrupts daily routines, like missing bills, skipping appointments, or struggling to follow recipes you've made for years, is not part of normal aging. These signs often point to mild cognitive impairment or even early dementia. Another concern is repeated conversations. If someone tells you, "You already asked that," and it happens often, it's time to take note. You might think it's just stress or distraction, but it could be more. Personality changes are also key warning signs. If someone becomes unusually irritable, withdrawn, paranoid, or confused in social situations, it may be time to speak with a doctor. And language is another big clue. Occasionally searching for a word is normal. But constantly struggling to name familiar objects or calling things by the wrong name is not. If you recognize any of these signs in yourself or someone close to you, don't panic, but don't delay either. A professional cognitive assessment can clarify whether it's age-related or something that needs intervention. Here's the silver lining. Detecting cognitive changes early allows for better treatment options. Whether it's medication, lifestyle changes, or brain training, starting sooner can make a big difference. Sometimes it's not the person experiencing the changes who notices them first. It's their spouse, child, or coworker. They may mention that conversations feel different or that there's a sense of confusion that wasn't there before. It's easy to dismiss these concerns, especially when pride or fear gets in the way, but avoiding the issue can delay helpful support. It's also helpful to know that cognitive changes can be caused by many things, not just dementia. Nutrient deficiencies, thyroid problems, depression, or even medications can sometimes mimic the signs of memory disorders. That's why it's so important to get evaluated by a healthcare provider rather than self-diagnosing. An early checkup can reveal something simple to correct, or it can give you time to plan and adjust if something more serious is starting. Being proactive allows you and your loved ones to make empowered decisions rather than reactive ones in a crisis. There's also growing evidence that certain lifestyle changes, when implemented early, can slow or even stall further decline. Things like improving sleep, managing blood sugar, and reducing inflammation through diet all have positive effects on brain health. The most important thing is to remain curious and compassionate, whether you're noticing signs in yourself or someone else. Denying or ignoring changes doesn't protect anyone, but facing them can bring clarity, care, and even peace of mind. Let me ask you something deeply personal. Have you ever worried that a loved one is showing signs of decline, but didn't know how to bring it up? Or maybe you've noticed something in yourself but haven't wanted to face it. You're not alone. We invite you to share in the comments how you're navigating this question in your life. Your experience may open the door for someone else to speak up too. Join our community and never miss out on new content. Subscribe today. How to check in with your brain and protect it now that you understand what's normal and what's not. It's time to learn how to actually check your brain's health. And here's the good news. It doesn't require an expensive clinic or scary scan. It starts with awareness. First, pay attention to patterns. Is your forgetfulness random, or does it follow stress, poor sleep, or distraction? A memory journal can help track how often issues occur and in what context. This gives you clarity over time and helps your doctor see the full picture if you ever need to consult one. Second, you can take brief cognitive screenings like the MOSIE or MMSE, which test memory, orientation, attention, and recall. These are available through most primary care providers and often take just 10 to 15 minutes. You can also use apps like BrainHQ and CogniFit, which not only measure memory and attention, but also help you train them in fun, interactive ways. It's like a gym for your brain, and you can do it from your couch. But here's the deeper truth. The best brain check is how you live each day. Are you eating nutrient-dense foods that support cognition like berries, walnuts, and fish? Are you moving enough to increase blood flow to the brain? Are you sleeping soundly and staying socially engaged? Lifestyle is your daily brain insurance policy, and every little choice adds up. A walk after dinner, a quick crossword puzzle, calling a friend for real conversation. Your habits matter more than your genes when it comes to long-term brain health. Even 5 or 10 minutes of intentional activity each day makes a meaningful difference over time. Studies have shown that aerobic exercise, particularly walking or cycling, can help increase the size of the hippocampus, the area of the brain responsible for memory. Meditation and breathing exercises can also improve your attention span and reduce brain fog caused by chronic stress. Don't overlook hydration either. Your brain is about 75% water, and even mild dehydration can impair focus and short-term memory. Avoiding prolonged isolation is equally important. When we engage with others, we sharpen our communication and emotional skills, both of which are essential for healthy cognitive aging. Music, laughter, learning, and meaningful conversations are some of the most effective tools we have to stay mentally sharp. They keep the brain stimulated while reducing feelings of loneliness, which has been linked to faster cognitive decline. If tracking habits feels overwhelming, start with one simple change this week and build from there. You don't need perfection, you need consistency and awareness. And remember, every effort you make today is a gift to your future self. If you'd like specific daily tips to build your brain care routine, check the description. We've linked a practical video packed with things you can start today. Staying sharp and empowered for life. Now that you understand the signs, the solutions, and the self-checks, the big question is, what will you do next? The beautiful part of brain aging is that you're never powerless. You can take charge. The science is clear. A Mediterranean-style diet rich in omega-3s, antioxidants, and healthy fats protects your brain. So does regular movement, especially walking, dancing, and any aerobic exercise. They keep blood pumping to critical memory areas. Sleep is your brain's repair time. Aim for 7 to 9 hours and create a sleep routine that supports deep rest. This is when short-term memories are stored and mental clutter is cleared. Equally important is social engagement. Join a group, volunteer, stay curious and involved. Being around others keeps your communication and emotional centers activated. You can also explore mindfulness or meditation. Even 5 minutes of calm breathing helps reduce cortisol, which in high levels harms brain tissue over time. The trick is not doing everything at once, but picking one habit today and building from there. Progress is powerful, so how will you start? Will you add berries to breakfast, take a mindful walk, or try a new book this week? Share your first step in the comments and inspire someone else to begin theirs. And before we go, here's one extra tip: laughter. Yes, laughing out loud boosts oxygen to your brain and lowers stress hormones. So find joy every day, even in small things. It's medicine for your mind. Your brain thrives on variety, so try mixing up your routine to engage different parts of the mind. Learn something new like a hobby, language, or skill you've always been curious about. Even watching educational videos or listening to stimulating podcasts can activate your thinking circuits. Staying mentally challenged helps delay cognitive slowing and improves memory retention. And let's not forget nutrition. Cutting down processed foods and increasing fiber can also improve gut health, which research now shows is directly linked to brain function. You don't have to be perfect to improve, just willing to pay attention to what you're feeding your body and mind. For example, dark leafy greens, nuts, olive oil, and low glycemic fruits are especially powerful for brain health over time. And hydration, while often overlooked, is essential. Start your morning with water to help your brain wake up and flush overnight toxins. Routine and discipline sound boring, but when it comes to aging well, they become your superpower. Try setting gentle goals each week, just 1 or 2 changes that you can stick with. It could be something as simple as replacing your afternoon snack with a handful of walnuts or spending 10 minutes reading instead of scrolling through your phone. You may be amazed how much clearer and more positive you feel after just a few days. These small acts of care aren't just healthy habits, they're long-term investments in your future confidence, clarity, and independence. Are you over 40 and living your best life? Share your inspiring story with the world and spread positivity in the comment below. Unlock your brain's hidden potential with science-backed habits. Perfect for 40+ who want sharper memory and focus. Let's watch the next video here.